Well, hey guys, welcome back to the BCR Garage. I'm the Bruce City Rider, and today we continue to work on my 1988 Softail Custom. If you are looking for information on how to change out your starter relay in a 80s vintage Evolution, you've come to the right place, and I'll tell you why. First, a little quick background. So I was having an issue where I go to start the bike by hitting the start switch here, and nothing would happen. No clicks, wouldn't turn over, nothing. And then it would eventually start after 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts. It would fire up. Like I said, I wasn't getting any clicks. I didn't have any issue with the battery or the charging system. That was all fine. It was a connection issue I traced to the start-stop switch. Well, I finally found a new in the bag start-stop switch, and I replaced this. I wired it in, and you can see my video on that. I'll post that in the description, a link to it. Okay, after I installed the new start-stop switch, it was starting. It started several times, no issue. And then all of a sudden, a problem redeveloped, but I believe it's a different problem now, because I did find a split in the wire in here, which might have been the issue with the switch, or it could have been something with the contacts in the switch itself, but either way, that fixed that problem. Now I'm back to the intermittent starting problem, except now I'm getting a click, 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 and then it'll fire up. Click, click, fire up. Very intermittent. So I figure my starter relay is going bad. You may hear from some people that if you're hearing a clicking from the starter relay that it's good. Oh, that is incorrect. It could be good, you don't know. If there's excessive resistance in the relay due to corrosion or something, it's not going to shoot the power to the solenoid. So I believe I have a bad starter relay. Okay, this isn't as simple as just popping open a fuse box and switching out the relay. No, no, no. On this vintage bike, there is no fuse box because there's no fuses. There's only circuit breakers and starter relays. Okay, so where is it? Well, let's go to the service manual. Should show it in the service manual, right? Here's the page on the starter relay. All it shows is how to test it. Doesn't show you where it is or anything. All right, so I hop on the internet and on YouTube, and I'm like, there's got to be videos on this, right? And that's when I discovered that there's nothing, not one video. All right, so I got to find it myself. So I trace the click. Keep hitting the button, listening, looking, and then I eventually find it. I will attempt to show you. It's behind the oil bag, in front of the swing arm. Right there. Move the camera a little bit. Right there. It's attached to the front splash guard. Right there. Via a rivet. Well, how do you get a rivet off? You drill it out, right? Well, you're not getting the drill in there, but I should be able to get my Dremel in there and cut it off. Okay, now I'm going to take my Knipex alligator and see if I can unplug it. Got it. Oh, and by the way, I did take the battery out Thought I could go through the battery box to get to it, but there's a plate back here blocking my access, held down by a couple bolts. But then in looking at it, I'm like, boy, that's gonna be a bitch to get out of there. I really would rather not do that. So that's why I'm going in from back here in front of the splash guard. Safety first. Okay, I got my safety gear on. I taped a piece of cardboard in front of the tire for a little protection. Now I'm going to try to Dremel this off with my Milwaukee rotary tool. And I do have a Dremel cutting bit on it. There she is. Is this not a ridiculous place for a starter relay to have to go through all this just to get it out? Are you freaking kidding me, Harley-Davidson? Okay, I'm going to clean up that hole, get it prepped for a nut and a bolt. And here's the new starter relay I got off Dennis Kirk. It's from Mid-USA. It's a Bosch style. And you can see it comes with the same bracket the old one had. Right there. This tool will work great to cut off the excess melted plastic on the inside where the starter relay attaches. Now we're going to fit the lock washer or the lock nut on it. Beautiful. All right, it took me a minute to get the right combination I needed to fit in these little spaces. So what I'm going to use on the inside is a 5/16 offset box head ratchet. And then on the tire side here, I'm going to use a 3/8 inch ratcheting flex head. Oh yeah. Okay, now I'm working on plugging it in. I'm going to use a big screwdriver to push up from the bottom while I'm holding the top. I got the prongs lined up. And she's in. All right, she's all installed. Again, we're on the right side of the bike, behind the oil bag, right behind the swing arm and in front of the rear wheel splash guard in the front. It's right there. And oh yeah, that's a fun job. And instead of the rivet now, I've got a removable hardware here. I got a fender washer and a lock nut. So should I need to do it again, it'll be a lot easier. All right, all that's left to do is whack the battery back in there and put the seat on and give her a test.